how to do an oil change on a 2017 Honda or any car in general, right?
You're gonna need a couple simple things, right? A jack stands, or you can actually use a route. I don't got that, but if you have that, you can use a route. And this to get under the car, if you have cardboard mat, that could work too, but this is easier, I guess. But jack stands, and a couple other things, but they're not really essential, but they differ.
Using a sucker wrench to loosen and tighten my drain plug. You can also use a normal wrench, ratchet, or anything that will be able to get the bolt loose. And for the oil filter, you can use an oil filter wrench, or you could do it by hand if it is not that tight to loosen in the first place.
Extra safety precaution that you can use are wheel chocks. This will help if you're doing the oil change on an incline to stop the car from rolling back and killing you. But if you're suicidal, then I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. But yeah, wheel chocks, extra safety precaution. Put it under the wheel. I like to test them before I actually do the oil change, so I tried it, and when the car tried to roll back, I did that on purpose. It didn't roll, so these work. Also,
To put your e-brake on before you jack the car. Something to contain the oil when it drains, but I have this piece of shit. You can get a bucket, anything that would hold the oil. Make sure you know the amount of oil is in your car and the amount that the thing you're draining it into can hold it so it doesn't overspill into your driveway or wherever you're doing your oil change. When you jack your car up from the front, you want to make sure the puck goes right between this little oop or whatever the fuck it's called. It's the metal place. You jack it up there, it won't damage anything with the weight of the car. Make sure it's right here and nothing else. If you put it in the pipe or you put a little bit closer up here, you can end up damaging your radiator or something else. So right here is where you want to jack up. This is your jack point for the front of the vehicle. Another tip is to open up.
yo, I don't know who the hell did my last oil change, but whoever did that shit, they tied that shit with the strength of fucking whore's cock. I could not get that shit out. I'm using every tool in my fucking inventory, and I could not loosen that fucking oil cap. The second I got it loose, it broke off. So I had to stop the video, go to the AutoZone, and get a new oil cap for my Honda. Whoever tied my shit, last time they did the oil change, they tied that shit with the strength of fucking the Hulk, my nigga.
So another step is don't be an unlucky fuck like me and have your fucking cap break into little pieces. Thank God for Honda's inventions of a fucking mini filter. I didn't have nothing fall into my fucking pan, but I had to get the, yeah, don't be an unlucky fuck. Be careful removing this shit. I don't know if I fucking hulked out and fucking ripped this shit in fucking I don't know what.
Damn, you can see on the oil cap, I had to get a wrench and pliers to fucking open that shit up. You can see the marks. Bro, I had to try my fucking hardest. Yo, the person who did my shit, I'm telling you, he was Hulk. He was the fucking Hulk. You could see this, the effort I put in to get the cap loose.
Okay.
Say wallah, I had to pray after that shit. Thank God my engine isn't cooked.
Before you drain your oil, remove the cap to allow more air so the oil drains faster under the car. You want to jack up your car in the safe points that I determined. And just to be extra safe, you can get jack stands. If you're suicidal, don't use the jack stands. Just depend on the jack, and you know, if it falls, then you got what you wanted. But yeah, jack stands, jack points. Then you get your what you're gonna use to catch your oil, and yeah. Here is the oil filter, and the drain plug is right here. Engine oil, drain plug right here. Put your oil thing, whatever the fuck you're gonna use to catch it, right where you think the oil is gonna shoot out. This is about right, and then you wanna unscrew the plug.
Say wallah, I could not get the drain plug bolt loose again. Yo, who did my shit?
Whew. Loosen the fucking bolt. When I tell you I had to fight for my fucking life, I couldn't even record. Yeah, you might need a breaker. When you loosen the bolt, it might be a little difficult depending on if you was the last person to do it and if you torqued it down. Mine was very difficult to break, but I broke it loose, and now I'm gonna completely unscrew it to drain the oil. As you can see, it's already starting to drip because I loosened it, but it was not easy to loosen with this little thingamajig, socket wrench I mean, but you might need a breaker bar, or you might actually need a air impact, because that was not easy to break open. But let's drain the oil.
Few moments later.
The audio cut out here, so I don't know what happened, but I loosened the bolt. I was able to get it loose. So what you do here is make sure your pan is aimed like under correctly, and just loosen the bolt and the oil. Just make sure you do it quick so you don't get no oil all over your hand, whatever. I did it pretty simple, but yeah, after you loosen it, unscrew the rest of it by hand so you're able to flick it away and not get a mess. Not that much of a mess. Got gloves on, so hands are good. Now, let the oil drain, and yes, sir. Replace this little ring right here. It's called the thrust crusher or washer. I forgot the specific, but it's one or the other. This little ring right here. I'm not gonna do it because I don't have the other one, but majority or some like to replace this little, the thrust washer or thrust crusher, whatever the fuck they call it. You can if you want to. I'm not. You don't have to do it every single time. Some recommend to do it, but I'm not. But yeah. Oh fuck. Wow. Okay. Fuck me. I hate myself. Some cars, when you drain the plug, the oil might splash onto the undercarriage. That's not a big issue. Get some brake cleaner or some WD-40 and spray it. Luckily mine's a pretty good job. No mess. If you get oil somewhere, really quickly spray it with brake cleaner or WD-40. Wipe it with a towel, microfiber preferably, or a shop towel, and you should be good. But I did a pretty good job with that, so I don't have to do it. Once it has stopped draining, get your boat, get a towel, wipe the exit. If you want, you can spray brake cleaner. It's your choice. Put the boat back. Wipe. Get your socket wrench and tighten it down. You could torque it down. I'm gonna just tighten it as tightly as I can, but it's up to you. What you want to do with yours. It's right there. Try to record that for you guys. Now it's time for the oil filter. Try to get a better angle for you guys. Now it's time for this. Adjust your pan. Ooh, my jacket's kind of in the way. I'm trying to make it work. Now loosen. Whew. Remember what I told you about the beginning about you not needing an oil filter wrench? I need one. And I'm gonna go get that right now. This is the oil filter wrench that you might need. It was difficult for me to remove mine by hand, so I'm gonna use this. Use it just to loosen it, or you can go all the way. I think that's enough for me. Yeah, now I can do it by hand. So just use this to break it open if it's too tight for you to do it by hand at first, and then just loosen it the rest of the way by hand. It's going. Oh, get that spill. That was a close one. Rest of the way.
The video for some odd fucking reason cut out, but after you get your new oil filter, make sure you lubricate it with some of the oil. It can either be the new one that you got to refill, or it could be the old one from the pan. Just make sure when you put your new oil filter on, it's lubricated with some oil around the seal, and make sure the old seal from the old oil filter came off and is not still stuck on the car.
The old one, brake cleaner, just to clean up a little bit under the carriage. Just to clean just a little bit. Choose an oil of your choosing to fill up the car, but this is pretty much the last step, and it's pretty easy that anybody can do. I'm using this. You can use whatever you want. Just make sure it's specified for your vehicle, which is mine is 0W20. Yours could be something else, so just make sure this is right. The kind of oil is up to you. This is what I'm using. Fill it up, and that's about it. Start your car and let the oil circulate for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then check your oil level and see if you need to add more, or if you overfilled and cooked yourself. If the car is running, check for leaks under the car, any oil leaks, to know if you fucked up and if you're a fucking loser.